Hello, my name is Miguel, and you are watching my channel. And this is the first time that I am doing my own live sprints right here on my channel. So just bear with me for the meantime. I haven't gotten the hang of hosting. This is my first time, as I said, but I will try to do as much as I can. So, as you see on the title, I will be doing live writing sprints, or the first installment of this new series on my channel called Fandom Friday, which it's me talking about TV shows, and this week is Bridgerton. Let me just wait a second. I'll just test the audio. Yes, I checked YouTube and it is working. I'm just trying to be concerned. So let me check. Okay, so as I said, this is the first episode of the what I call the first season of Fandom Friday, and it's just uh, weekly or bi-weekly, depends on my schedule. Uh, and as all I know is it's going to be on Fridays. Probably this time it will be the same time schedule, and so around 10:35 p.m. for me, but 10:35 a.m. EST. So yeah, that time scale. And for some lives, it will be writing sprints. Some it will be reading sprints. Others it will not be productivity sprints. It will just be chats. I might invite some guests involved to talk about TV shows. So that, if it's by myself, it will be a review, because I might want to because I originally planned to talk about TV shows in video format, but the editing there might be a little too complicated for me, because they will be a longer form video. So I'm planning to do this for live streams. And for this live, as I said a lot, it will be writing sprints, and it will be me writing fan fiction for the TV series Bridgerton. Now, for some context, if you do not know, um, Bridgerton is one of the most popular Netflix shows right now. It's set in Regency England, and it's about the Bridgerton family and the siblings trying to find suitable marriages for them, suitable love interests for each one. And it will and the first season was about Daphne and Simon, the popular couple. But for this fan fiction that I'm writing about character that is not a Bridgerton. It is the one of the side characters, and he's actually the other love interest for Daphne, the main character in season 1 of Bridgerton, and it is Prince Friedrich of Prussia. Now, actually, Prince Friedrich despite being in only 3 episodes of the season, he actually turned out to be one of my favorite characters in the show. Mostly because I don't not I do not like Simon that much. He gives me uh, he radiates so much energy of the bad boy trope. And then there's a lot of other issues with Bridgerton, which I will not get into right now. But I still like the show. I'm I might be going off tangent, but what I mean to say is that Prince Friedrich came to be one of my favorite characters because he was a nice man. He he I expected him to, when he would find out that because it's kind of obvious that Daphne and Simon would go together, that he might be mad at her because at the he's like the other guy. But then he turned out to be very nice and accepted the relationship, and he was quite happy for them. So that he's mature, he's a very mature character than I expected. So like basically, Prince Friedrich actually came to be one of my favorite characters, most more favorite characters in Bridgerton, along with Colin and Eloise. I obviously love Colin and Eloise. But I'll say those things for probable Bridgerton discussion live stream that I'll be doing. And it seems that someone is in the chat right now. Wait, let me show the phone. Oh, hey, Jeff. Jeff is just a friend. Is a friend in real life, and I showed him the YouTube link to my live. So welcome to the live. I'm happy that you're watching, so and thank you for the support. So I think we shall start with our first writing sprint. I just wait, just another reminder. This this live may be for about me writing Bridgerton fan fiction. Oh wait, I haven't explained the fan fiction in the first place. So this Bridgerton fan fiction is about Prince Friedrich, and I'll just explain another's in the break after the first sprint, because I think we might start going to writing. You might see the basic gist of the plot while I because I'm going to share my screen and be showing you me writing the fanfic on Wattpad. Yes, I'm going to be writing on Wattpad. So I am going to share my screen right now. Wait, share, share. Okay, and then share my screen. There. Oh wait, how do I make this a little more? Can I make this a little? There. Okay, so okay, I'm sharing the screen right now, and I am going to start writing. We'll start with uh, I'll say 10 minutes is fine. Wait, I'll go back to 10 minutes. So basically, as I was going to say, even though this live is me going to be writing about Bridgerton fan fiction, you don't need to write anything Bridgerton related at all. Um, you can do any other productive things like writing your own store, your own project, reading, doing homework, or doing other just doing any things that you feel like would be productive for the time. And so I'm going to start the first sprint right now. And yeah, the screen shared with the Wattpad because you're going to see me write the story. So let's start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go start writing. Okay. Wait. And then stop the screen. Okay, so we are done with the first writing sprint. Let me turn off the ticker. So I don't have a word count since I'm not counting words. I am writing on the Wattpad. As you saw, the Wattpad website, and it doesn't count the words. Not what I know, but I wouldn't want to count words anyway. My current status is that I am trying to finish slash edit the first chapter. I don't end the first chapter, and then I'm trying to go through the as many chapters as I can until the because I am planning to post the first chapter on the end of May or probably the start of June, and then I'm going to put it on a weekly one chapter per week or two chapters per week because this fan fiction is in the form of an epistolar is in an epistolary form it's like an epistolary novel. An epistolary novel, like an example being the Dracula by Bram Stoker, it is a novel told in the form of documents. For example, diary entries. This first chapter is actually a diary entry, letters. Um, Sometimes there are also medical documents, newspapers, anything documents. It's not in the traditional narrative style of the novels, most novels we see today. So this is in the form of an epistolary novel. Some examples for the documents that I'm going to use are diary entries from Prince Friedrich. He's the main character of this fan fiction. There are also going to be letters that any character is sending to another character. It doesn't have to be Prince Friedrich's letter. It's any character. Obviously, I need more room for the other characters. And then a special thing, since it's Bridgerton, is going to be chapters which are the papers of Lady Whistledown. Um, Another factor in the Bridgerton show is that Lady Whistledown is a character who writes a gossip paper, and this gossip paper reveals all she knows about the different characters in the show, their secrets, their their love interests. Basically, she could spy on the other characters, and Lady Whistledown looks for information on the other characters and just reveals it to the general public of the town that all the characters live in. So there's a mystery aspect on who is Lady Whistledown because no one knows who is running this gossip paper. And so I'm putting entries by Lady Whistledown into this novel, in the fan fiction. Um, it, te- yeah, I'm trying, and then I'm also making sure that these Lady Whistledown entries are appropriate to what the person who is Lady Whistledown knows. I'm not gonna spoil it if you're planning to watch the show, but I know, having watched the show so many times, I know who Lady Whistledown is, and I need to make sure that that the things that she's going to write about in my fan fiction are appropriate to what she would know, what she would see, because obviously Lady Whistledown cannot write about things that she doesn't see. So there's that. And then I'm going to explain what my fan fiction is. It is Prince Friedrich, and then he's going to be paired up with an OC, which is an original character. It's not a character in the Bridgerton universe, a character that I have invented, but this original character, she is going to be a noble woman, and that's all I'm going to say for right now because I don't have that many plans on the next chapters. I do have plans of where this is going, but I don't have specific plans. This is not usual to me since in my actual original fiction, I am thinking a lot before I go through the actual writing. But for fan fiction, I decided it's not that serious for me. I still liking to write this fan fiction, but it's not going to be as that serious to as a project for me than the original fiction. So basically, I'm just writing and editing as I go. And what I have a plan for the next chapter, which is going to be centered on this OC. So I'm going to explain the premise of this fan fiction. It starts with Prince Friedrich and he's arriving to England. I'm planning to have like the actual time. It starts in bit. I think it's in between episodes 2 and 3 that he arrived because his first scene is in episode 3, and then a few chapters in, I'm going to have that scene in episode 3 where he meets Daphne Bridgerton. So yeah, in a few chapters in, and he's going to write it in his diary. So basically, this fan fiction is starting when Prince Friedrich arrives in England, and he yeah with his mother. Another fact about this fan fiction is that I'm adding more of the historical characters that live there, mostly the royal family of Britain at that time. So the year that Bridgerton set in for season 1 is 1813. So I'm including the members other than because the only prominent member of the royal family we see in Bridgerton, the TV series, is Queen Charlotte, the wife of King George III. So I am also another. I'm still going to have Queen Charlotte as a major character in this series because she's going to be guiding Prince Friedrich throughout the many of the royal engagement and not the royal yeah the royal engagements, and then there are also the balls that are going to be hosted. She's with him in the scenes of the some scenes of Bridgerton. So and then another prominent character, a member of the royal family, I'm going to be adding, who is not in the Bridgerton TV show, is Princess Charlotte of Wales. Now, she is the granddaughter of Queen Charlotte. Yeah, there's the Queen Charlotte and then the Princess Charlotte. So this Princess Charlotte is the granddaughter of Queen Charlotte and King George III. King George III was the king of the United Kingdom at that time, 1813. It was in his last years that he became mentally ill, and then he cannot rule on his own. So his son and heir, George, the Prince of Wales, became the. He was not the ruler; he was the regent. He was ruling for his father at the time because his father was mentally ill. So Princess Charlotte was the daughter of George the Prince Regent, and she is his only child, so she is second in line to the throne of the British throne after her father, who was the Prince of Wales. So, and then Princess Charlotte is going to be another major character in this fanfiction. She is going to be another companion to Prince Friedrich, but since they are more similar in age, they will have a closer relationship than Prince Friedrich and Queen Charlotte. So she's going to also start accompanying him because this is sort of an AU. I'm not sure if it's an AU because other characters existed more characters existed that weren't in the original story. An AU is an alternate universe. So basically, I am writing a story where there are more characters in the show, in like the historical characters, and then Prince Friedrich is still going to be going to have a thing with Daphne, but then he's going as in the show, but then he's going to go to this OC character, which I will try to delve more into the next sprints. I think that is all I can say. In a way, yeah, Prince Friedrich arrives in England and then he's welcomed by the British royal family. So mostly by Queen Charlotte and then Princess Charlotte, who he starts to get closer to. I'm not going to have Prince Friedrich and Princess Charlotte together. They're going to be close friends. and then yeah, he's going to have other interactions with other characters, and mostly the OC, which I actually haven't even named yet. So I need to name her now in the next sprints. And there's just not that, yeah, not one in the chat. But that's fine. So I'm going to, I think I might start writing the next chapter. I'm not yet done with the first chapter, which is detailing Prince Friedrich's arrival to England, and then he's being welcomed by the British royal family. I still have to think of the things he talks about with Princess Charlotte on their first encounter together, and it's more of a revision thing. As you saw, I needed to revise the words, and I'm going to. I think I'm going to skip that chapter first, and then I'm going to head off to the next chapter, which is a letter regarding the OC character. So I will be. That's what I'll be trying to do for the next one. So let's share the screen again. This is wait here. Wait, it's already saved. Wait, okay, let me just. Yes, okay. So just wait for it to load, and I'm going to work on the. I'm going to put a new part, and then I'm going to work on this next chapter. So and then wait, let me put the time. Instead of a 10, I think we would. I think I would want to go for a 20-minute there. And so I am going to start on this new chapter. I'm going to revise the first chapter in in another day, but I want to at least go on to some new things for now. So let's start this in 3, 2, 1. Let's start writing. Okay, so that is the end of the second sprint. Yeah, stop the screen and then stop the ticker. So as you saw for those 20 minutes, I started on the chapter of the fanfic, and I haven't even shared the title of it actually. Well, the title of it is A Princess Here in London, and yeah, that's it. And then I also made the cover, which you might have seen uh, when I tried to create the new part. So basically, yes, been trying to make this story span a year. And then just had a plan, and it's just and I just want to put it show here, there. So yeah, it's Princess here in London. So it's the reference because it takes place within a year. And then okay, so as for my progress with the second chapter, I'm I'm actually feeling a little more confident with this chapter than the previous. Well, you've seen me say stop writing a few times. I paused because I was searching up for some names during the Regency period, and I I found the names for the different families that are in this for the OC characters. So I have the Andrews and then the Ashbrooks, which is the family of my OCs, and I found the name already. Francis Ashbrook. Yeah, Francis with an E. So Frances. That's a female name. So Frances Ashbrook, and the letter was uh is a letter from Francis's aunt to Francis's father, because Francis, uh, her father sent his daughter Frances to stay with her aunt for a few months after the winter, so like around January, February, and then it starts in March, like the end of March, start of April. So Frances stayed with her aunt and uncle for around 3 months. The Francis's aunt Elizabeth is close with her brother James. Is it James? No, it's Edward. Yeah, Edward and Elizabeth are the siblings, and then I'm planning to give Francis a brother named James. So I'm starting to plot out a family tree for the OC characters of this story, and then I'm also going to have a friend character as well. I want to put that. So basically, most of the second sprint was me starting on writing the letter and plotting the OC characters family. But as I said, I'm quite more confident with the OC this chapter than the previous, because it's just a letter, so it's just detailing the important not detailing the important details. It's supposed to be shorter than the Princess Diary, Prince Friedrich's diary, not the Princess Diary as in the movie. Because princess with apostrophe s, and princess as in the female person, the woman, yeah, they sound the same, so it's kind of confusing. Anyway, so the letter is obviously supposed to be shorter, and then with the character of Prince Friedrich, he, with my interpretation of it, if he were to have a diary, he would have quite long entries on his day, and so I'm planning. I currently have 4 paragraphs for this letter. I'm planning to stick with that. I might split some things up if it gets long, because the letter is just up. It's because it's Lady Elizabeth who is married in the some other place. She is writing to her brother, who is this baron, and then so she's going to write on how Francis's visit was in her house, the stay, and mostly Francis was mostly good. But then we also reveal it also reveals Francis's insecurities. She's an insecure person, and especially regarding the marriage season. I'm planning to have because I'm planning like Francis to be a character who has been to many different seasons but has not yet found a suitable husband for her. So maybe like it will be the last season. Like this would should be the last season she would have. She's starting to get quite old to the Regency standards. She's like early 20s, which is old for the old, becoming an old maid for them because of those were the standards of that time. But eventually, Francis will find Lady no Prince Friedrich, and then they will fall in love. I'm also planning to have Lady Elizabeth, Francis's aunt, to be a close figure to our OC and write letters to her quite often. So that gives me more ideas for the future chapters. So anyway, that's all I could say about my progress so far. I think we should start going to the third sprint that we just put thicker. This was just a short chat, but I want to start getting into some progress. Anyway, I might get some water first because my mouth is getting kind of dry, and then I'll go to the actual writing. I think I'll give myself 5 minutes to rest a little, and then go to 20 minutes for writing. So 25 minutes overall, and then let me share the screen. I'm still going to work on this second chapter. It's already here, so let's start the sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's start writing. Okay, so we are done with the third sprint. Hide the banner. So, and then stop sharing the screen. So, most of that sprint was me continuing with the a chapter and then adding some bits to the paragraph. I am definitely staying within 4 paragraphs. Introduction, the talking about Alice's achievements, and then call to action for the recipient, and then the ending, the conclusion. So basically, I am just adding some more sentences to make the letter feel complete. Wait, wait, I spelled concerns wrong. Let me just retype that there. And okay, so also a Anya, who channel A, she Anya from the AutoTube channel AS Runner showed up, and she said hi. So hello again, Anya. Um, yes, yeah, yeah. I hope you have more time to watch the show, Anya. So it, I could say it is a good show, and I did enjoy it. And as I said in my comment, there is a lot to talk about. You can spend a lot of time talking about anything on the show. It will take so much time. So good luck with your writing, and I hope you you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you'll get to watch Bridgerton soon if you have the time. And you and if you want, and to people watching, Anya, her channel is Renner is a channel with live streams. She does live streams for yeah, she does write live streams for writing, and I believe she has one going soon. If correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still here, but you have a live stream with Thorsten from Tales from the Lion, and you're doing another flash fiction live. I might try to attend that. We'll see if I can attend that. But if there is a check later. But yeah, good luck with your writing, Anya. So let me go back to talking about the fan fiction. So yeah, I'm as I said, adding sentences to the paragraphs. Yeah, she confirmed it. Okay, thank you so much. I'll try to attend if I can. It's very. And this is my first time again, so and just gradual pauses. I'll try to stop those in the future, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just like yeah. I keep on saying the same thing. The adding sentences, and then I feel like I could finish this chapter by tonight. I'll I'll do another 25 minutes sprint. I'll not start now, but I will. I might if I am working fast enough. I might be able to finish this chapter by tonight because we'll be having the last sprint right after this chat. Uh, yeah, the last sprint it will be 25 minutes. I'll just set it up for later. We'll have a short chat a little bit. So yeah, the fan fiction's going well. I just confirming the names. I might create a family tree of the characters. I'll include the Bridgerton characters and in there, and then there will be definitely the OCs. I also need to. I'm not sure if I will do this, but I might do fan casts of the yeah, for my OC characters. For example, for Francis, and then I could do one for her brother and then her father. Obviously, the character from Bridgerton will have the same actors as so Freddie's Roma will still be Prince Friedrich in my mind. So and then I'm not sure because I'm not that good. I tried looking for fan cast once, but I didn't find any actors that would suit my characters well. especially with there's also the historical characters. Should I just go with some portraits to go, like the actual portraits, and then for the OCs, the original characters, I should go with portraits as well that fit my descriptions of them. I'll see about that. I'll think of that sometime soon because that is not as important as the actual story. But I'm planning for the first chapter because in Wattpad it's different chapters, and then I could like before the I could post like before the first chapter. You would like when you're reading the story, you would see the list of fan casts over there. So like it's like a sort of introduction to the characters before reading the story itself. So yes, I consider myself like the writing for that. I could consider the writing for that chapter like I think it needs less improvement than the other chapter because it's a letter, so it's like, and then it's between families, so it feels kind of less formal, and then the the writing seems natural for a letter, so that seems to go well with what I am working with. And then obviously I'm starting to get to know more of my characters while writing, and you know that I love characters, so I've also been thinking of the different possibilities already of what would happen. Like I still haven't thought of how the characters would meet, but I'm probably most likely deciding that the two of them would meet at the ball in episode three, the start of episode three, where Daphne meets the prince. So like after he meets Daphne, Friedrich would stumble upon Francis. So and I just realized that I my original character's name starts with the same letter as the Prince Friedrich. So that's cool. I'm not sure if I will change it now. Francis and Friedrich. Well, I'll see about that again. So, is there anything else to update on my story? Oh yeah, for Elizabeth, because yeah, I might also talk about Elizabeth's character as well. I'm planning for Elizabeth not to show up actually. Like it's an episodic novel. It's not like I'm going to write and then she walked into the castle door. Just something like that. Or like, like a letter or diary entry. Like I wouldn't write in Prince Friedrich's diary entry that he saw the Lady Elizabeth. I think I would keep like Lady Elizabeth as like a mentor from afar. She would be a mentor for Frances, her niece, but she would like write like just write the letters, and then because she will be updated on the situation by her brother, and yeah, and then Lady Elizabeth is also like close to her family. She's the sister of her brother, and that's all. Sister of her brother. Yeah, yeah, sister of her brother, and then they're quite close. She is very close with her niece, and then she all she wants is for Frances to feel more confident about herself, and then is she could be quite blunt at sometimes. So I'm starting to work on her personality a little bit more. Okay, I think we should start the last sprint in a while. I think whoever's watching would want another 25-minute sprint that you just share the screen. Okay, there. And then I might also put in the chat box the link for the live stream that will be happening in a few days at Anya's channel AS Renner, because I would like to support another author tuber. So let's I'll put the link right after we start the sprint. So My goal for the this last sprint is to try finish the chapter. So let's see if we could do it in 3, 2, 1. Let's start writing. Okay. Wait, sorry about that. Wait. Okay, so I am done now with this chapter, as I said in the chat. So I just went to watch some YouTube on my phone. So yeah, so I am done with this chapter for tonight. So this is technically supposed to be the second, but I just put the lady whistle down for her paper, which will be in sometime. Can you move? I'll try to move this later, but um, so far to say, I'm quite glad with my progress in this chapter, and yeah, I was able to finish it before the sprint ended, so that is actually very good. And then all I need to do for now is to revise the Princess Diary chapter, which will I don't know if it would take some time, but like just like stay. I might just leave it for a while so that I can just move on to, because I want to moving on to the other chapters which will take place after this letter, because that is when Frances is arriving home from her visitor aunt, as I said in the previous chat, and then we I by the end of May, I want to go to the meeting of Friedrich and Francis. So hopefully my plans work out well. So I don't think there's anything else to say about my fan fiction so far, but I I am quite glad with how this live went out, despite my sometimes my like this long process of not knowing what to say, and I'm still a rookie at hosting my own live streams, but I will try to continue those in the future. I might have some. I'll continue with probably next week another installment, another episode. I mean, of Fandom Friday. So this is episode one, and it is writing sprints featuring my Bridgerton fan fiction that I'll post in the next month. And then I'm not sure about the next episode. It might be reading sprints, and then and then for a future episode to come, I might have an actual discussion of the Bridgerton show, my review of it, and then my review of it. I might make a PowerPoint presentation if I want to. We'll see about that. So, I'm not this Fandom Friday series will, the Bridgerton will not only end. This is not the only time Bridgerton will be mentioned in Fandom Friday. I hope to have another writing sprint featuring this fan fiction, and probably when I release the first few chapters, and then I hope to have the discussion. So thank you if you're still watching this live sprint at this moment, this live at this moment. I appreciate the support, especially since this is the first live I have on my channel, but I hope to continue installments of Fandom Friday. Fandom, if I didn't hear the beginning, Fandom Friday is a new series on my YouTube channel where will discuss TV shows and sometimes books that I have watched or read that I quite like to talk about. So for example, Bridgerton is a show that I watched, and then I love talking about it online. So I want to share that talking with YouTube. So that is it for the live stream. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. If you like, if you want to see more episodes of Fandom Friday, you could subscribe to my channel down below. And I hope, as I said, I hope you have a good day, and and just just do well in your writing if you are writing. And I hope you had productive sessions during your live streams. Thank you and goodbye.